Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to Kenya Online Media. Here are the top news highlights making waves across continents. Former TV and radio personality Kimani Mbugua today has left a section of fans and netizens worried about his mental state.
You're fuck!
Moving on, barely a month after acquiring his new German machine, that is a Mercedes-Benz, comedian Mulu decided to visit his village, and the outcome, the warm welcome, was actually satisfying to the eyes. Moving on, just a few days after Dr. Ofweneke received backlash from social media users for calling out the Jibag Najag hit maker Stupid Boy, today yet another video has arisen of Steve Mbogo criticizing even more.
Dr. Ofweneke, I believe you're a grown-up, you're a brother of mine, a friend of mine. You have to apologize to that young man.
Well, now ride along with me, Sky Kakwe, as we dive deeper into these stories.
You're fuck!
Former TV and radio personality Kimani Mbugua today has left a section of fans and netizens worried about his mental state. Now, this is after he shared a video where he was accusing someone unknown for infecting him with the HIV and AIDS on a viral post on Twitter. Now, this was followed by a video of him screaming, crying, his eyes red, and throwing tantrums, something that has left Kenyans questioning themselves. Is this guy really all right?
Yes, I have said that. Anybody who owes me money, if you owe 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 me money, my number is 0741954681. This is my number. Toma M-Pesa hapo. 0741954681. Fuck you.
Now, in all the past few months, it has been really hard for Kimani Mbugua as social media users and his followers note that all his content has not been okay. Now, a few months ago, Kimani came to state that he was homeless and he needed help from Kenyans. Later, he continued to post content, especially on TikTok, and where he was going on live, and fans noticed that his content was not really upright. It was not okay, and fans started questioning his mental status. Now, later, it was found that Kimani actually has a history of bipolar. And guys, it has been an on and off situation until today, where he posted that video screaming, crying, and saying that the person will pay for what he did to him. Now, Kenyans have received this totally different with mixed reactions. Someone telling him that even if it's a case of disorder, he should sort about his issues offline. Others talking about he is not okay and he really needs help from where he can actually get it.
Yo, this is a call to all men. Let's rally up. Let's come together. Our brother needs our help. Mayday, mayday. One man is about to get down, so let's come together. Our brother Kimani is hurting, and what we're doing online is not helping the situation. When a brother is naked, we cover their nakedness. That's what we need to do. Sharing his videos is not helping him. Commenting, oh, I wonder, is not helping him. Posting it on TikTok for likes and views is not helping him. I reached out to him a while ago. He didn't show up, alikula fair. But now he's water under the bridge. So now I need someone who knows where he is, where we can find him. And wanaume, the like-minded individuals, hit my DM. Let's see what we can do to help him. Let's find a hospital. Let's drag his ass over there. Let's admit him. He will thank us later. Pia inaweza kuturamba labda, but let's try and do something for his benefit. Okay, so hit my DM wanaume. Let's come through, man.
That's a problem. That's a misunderstanding that I have gotten, even from my family and friends. I used to tell them that I'm not a drug addict. I'm just sick, and the doctors can back this up because I've gone to psych ward 13 times, and no doctor has found it necessary to recommend rehab for me. It was only one doctor, and she was like, unless you want to go to rehab, if you feel rehab would be useful for you. Otherwise, most of the doctors knew that this is not a drug problem, this is a psychiatric problem. It's like you have a psychiatric condition, not a drug problem. Because if I had a drug problem, I wouldn't be psychotic. And that's how you know, because psychosis and delusions they're a sign that you're suffering from something much more deeper than just drugs. Because you see, a lot of people do weed. Not everybody who does. Unataka kuniambia kila mtu mwenye anavutanga bangi yako madhara? Kwa nini watu wenye wanapelekwa madhara tu ndio wanavutanga bangi? So this is what some people in my family and among my friends do not understand. But I don't judge them for it, because even it's also not very easy for the doctors to. If it's not easy for the doctors to correctly diagnose you with the right mental illness, because the whole spectrum, and the reason why it's hard is because the spectrum they display similar symptoms. So mtu wa schizophrenia anaweza kuwa na symptoms zenye zinafanana na mtu wa drug induced psychosis or mtu wa bipolar. So ni ngumu sana kupinpoint. So kama ni ngumu kwa madaktari, kwa familia, si unasema tu hawaelewi, lakini maybe siku moja wataelewa.
In other news,
amefika nyumbani kwa mpiko, amekuja na nini? Mnyama. Yang.
barely a month after acquiring his new German machine, that is a Mercedes-Benz, comedian Mulu decided to visit his village, and the outcome, the warm welcome, was actually satisfying to the eyes. Now, a video went viral of Mulu in his hometown, and we could see happiness was in the air. The boda riders in Kitale actually rode alongside him, and some were at the front, others behind, and people were cheering, congratulating, welcoming him like a president in Kitale town. And this video has taken rounds on social media, with fans and netizens having different reactions. Most people were actually clapping at Mulu because this is an achievement, and seeing the love he's receiving from his hometown was actually really good. And some were actually talking about the Mulembe nation. Yani people, the people were proud of Mulu, and that is how it is in Luya. And guys were actually talking about how Mulu should seize the opportunity and vie for a political seat, preferably an MCA in Kitale. And we could see that via a comment by one Owino who actually said Mulembe Nation proud of being a Luya, na hivyo ndo Mulamwa amekuwa MCA wa huko. And guys, most people were actually having some negative comments though, saying that only Luyas can behave this way, others comparing their towns or rather their tribes with the same, saying that village witches cannot allow them to do what Mulamwa did and actually have it posted on social media, that they decide to celebrate their wins silently. But guys, this was really pleasing to most people, and others were talking about this video being posted in Nairobi Gossip Club, and people are saying that this is a conclusion that Mulamwa actually owns it, because all updates about Mulamwa are actually posted there. Well, what do you think?
Amefika nyumbani kwa mpito, amekuja na nini? Mnyama, mnyama. Yang. Pole ya kubu, nenda mwekea ndunga hizi kuta. Nisitupe simu. Tulia. DJ tulia. Yash, sema sana nimekabibaya. Yash. Alafu nimekabibaya, Yash. Yash nimekabibaya. Nimeogopa bwana. DJ usipige. DJ fanya kitu. Mula. Yash, wewe. Yakubu. Wewe nani? Asia Yakubu nani utiongo? Pole.
In other news,
You want to get mad and pissed and call people names. So, Dr. Ofweneke, I believe you're a grown up, you're a brother of mine, a friend of mine. You have to apologize to that young man.
Mbaya.
just a few days after Dr. Ofweneke received backlash from social media users for calling out the G-Bag Najag hit maker Stupid Boy, today yet another video has arisen of Steve Mbogo criticizing even more. But Dr. Ofweneke had something to say for his defense, explaining further what really went down. Now, according to Dr. Ofweneke earlier, he said that they will not be having that is Stupid Boy for the interview because he had called demanding to be paid, and fans came online to say that artists should be paid because such people like Dr. Ofweneke, that is TV hosts and the like, always do content monetization using the same artists. And this is in a video that was clearly elaborated by Hon.Steve Mbogo, who said that they get royalties and a lot of money using the same artists that social media users want to see. So in return, the best thing to be done is for these artists to be paid.
The young artist called Stupid Boy. Now, in my take, I clearly believe that Dr. Ofweneke was wrong on this issue, simply because when you call people into your shows, when media personalities call us into your shows or your interviews, number one, you people monetize our content. You get paid, you get rewarded with royalties through your social media platforms, be it YouTube, be it TikTok, be it, all the platforms. So I don't see a problem where the young man said he needs to be paid to come to your show. Number one, you're earning money from the content he brings into your show. We watch your shows because you're calling the people we want to watch. So I think for all the media figures, one thing we need to understand is that gone are the days where you will bully people to come into your shows and give content in your own accord. Today, the young generation and the world of today is capitalizing in what we call the third industrial revolution, which is the revolution of internetive things, internet energy, internet communication, internet transport and logistics. So I think going forward, in fact, if I was in parliament today, I would have brought forward a bill that if you are to be called in any interview, you need to have an agreement with the interviewer or the presenter in terms of the earnings of the royalties, because you people earn money and you don't want to negotiate with people who are bringing their content to your shows, and above all, you want to get mad and pissed and call people names. So, Dr. Ofweneke, I believe you're a grown up, you're a brother of mine, a friend of mine. You have to apologize to that young man. That is my take on this issue.
Now, elaborating further on what went down, Dr. Ofweneke was able to open up that he had already arranged for transport to and fro for Stupid Boy, and that the problem was that he cancelled almost 10 minutes to the show. That is the last minute. And if it was an issue about getting paid, he should have communicated that from the word go. Dr. Ofweneke went ahead to add that Stupid Boy was already drunk and bragging about he has so many views on his song, and that he should actually forget about him and get off his phone. And in a comment section, one of the fans said, Dr. Ofweneke, pay our artist. This is among the many reasons our artists are ending Bali, not cool. And Dr. Ofweneke took to elaborate, and this is what he said, I quote, "What you guys don't know is he agreed to the interview in the beginning. He asked for transport, which was ready to and fro for him. No hosts pay artists for interviews. It wasn't a performance. It was an interview. So when called on how far he is, he said he has to be paid last minute and that he doesn't need us. We need him. And he has 2 million views. So tutoke kwa simu yake tukimaliza. And he was drunk. To be honest, guys, to be honest. And this has somehow changed the perspective of some of the fans, some saying that was rude of Stupid Boy, others standing on their grounds that all these artists being interviewed have to be paid. Well, what is your opinion? Well, that's all for today's news roundup. Join me tomorrow, same time, same place, to catch up with what's happening around Kenya. Also, check out our website at www.kom.co.ke for more entertainment news. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kenya Online Media, and my good name is Sky Kakwe.